oppression is not destined to remain, and truth each time is reborn from the heart of martyrdom.
Thank you so much. Other than our dear leader, Zionist regime and USA regime, up to now that I'm talking to you, killed more than 1,000 innocent people in Iran. Let's just watch a short clip about the innocent kids of Minab All-School girl. Thank you so much. The last clip that we are gonna show you, it's also a short one. Just a quick survey of the relationships of Iran and South Africa, especially what we've done during the apartheid regime for South Africa.
Khomeini's decision to completely sever ties with the apartheid regime and impose an oil embargo following the 1979 revolution dealt a heavy blow oil through intermediaries at much higher prices, imposing heavy costs on its economy and challenging its survival. This firm stance was unlimited to South Africa. How Imam Khomeini paved the way for the end of South Africa's apartheid regime, a historical decision that stunned the world. In 1979, while many Western countries still maintained economic and political relations with South Africa's racist regime, a revolutionary leader in Iran made a decision that changed the dynamics. Imam Khomeini issued an unprecedented decree to cut off all relations with the apartheid regime, emphasizing that the Islamic government would never cooperate with racist regimes. This decision cut off 90% of South Africa's oil supply overnight. In the 1970s, under Shah Pahlavi's rule, Iran was South Africa's largest oil supplier. Statistics show that in 1978, Iran provided more than 90% of the apartheid regime's oil needs, approximately 195,000 barrels per day. This vast oil export formed the backbone of the racist regime's economy. Additionally, the two countries had extensive military cooperation, and their trade volume exceeded $300 million annually. At this time, Black people, who made up 80% of the population, were deprived of basic human rights. They had no voting rights, couldn't live in white areas, and were even denied passports. In such conditions, Nelson Mandela, the leader of the anti-apartheid struggle, was imprisoned on Robben Island. Imam Khomeini's decision to completely sever ties with the apartheid regime and impose an oil embargo following the 1979 revolution dealt a heavy blow to the apartheid economy. South Africa was forced to procure its oil through intermediaries at much higher prices, imposing heavy costs on its economy and challenging its survival. This firm stance was unlimited to South Africa. Imam Khomeini similarly condemned the Israeli regime, labeling it as racist, colonial, and occupied, violating Palestinian rights. In essence, opposition to apartheid in South Africa and occupation in Palestine were two sides of the same coin. The fight against racial discrimination, oppression, and injustice against humans. The impact of this historical decision was so profound that Nelson Mandela, upon his release from prison and ascension to the presidency in 1994, dedicated his first trip to the Middle East to Iran. During this visit, he appreciated Iran's historic stance in supporting the anti-apartheid struggle, recognizing it as a turning point in South Africa's fight for freedom. Today, this historical decision by Imam Khomeini is celebrated as a shining example of foreign policy based on principles and human values. A policy that demonstrated how to stand for justice and human rights beyond short-term economic interests, leaving a lasting mark on history.
Thank you so much for your attention. Before invite His Excellency to read his statement for us, I need to tell that we try to cover all of the questions and all of the matters in the statement. Immediately after he finishes his statement, I will share with you the electronic copy of the statement to you, so no worries about the text of a statement. And afterward, if there is any question, just couple ones, we are ready to answer. Now I invite His Excellency to read his statement for us. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Salaam alaikum, my friends from different press. Welcome to the residence of Iran. As my friends and a colleague told, I read our statement and then I'm ready to answer the questions. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه فمنهم من قضى نحبه ومنهم من ينتظر وما بدلوا تبديلا. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Among the believers are men who have been true to their covenant with God. Some of them have fulfilled their vow and some still await. And they have never altered in the least. Holy Quran. I kindly invite the distinguished participants to observe 1 minute of silence and reciting, if you are Muslim, Hamd and Tawheed, in honor of the martyrdom of the late leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Imam Khamenei, and so many innocent people, Iranians, martyred during this war. Thank you. Our strength comes from the blood of the martyrs, a truth that only the followers of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, fully understand. That blood can triumph over the sword. Even as our leader and commanders have been martyred, we stand strongly against what appears to be the most powerful army in the world and another army that also claims power. The assassination of the leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran by the United States and the Zionist regime represents a dangerous and unprecedented violation of international norms, directly challenging the principle of state sovereignty and lawful conduct among nations. As head of states are considered inviolable and immune under international law, targeting such a figure undermines the very foundations of sovereign equality and set a reckless precedent with potentially severe and unpredictable consequences for the stability of the international system. Imam Khamenei was not only the highest official authority of the country, but also a religious figure respected by tens of millions of people around the world. He was a devoted figure as well as a learned scholar. He had a comprehensive knowledge of religious matters. In addition, he was a skilled statesman with sharp political insight and sought the progress of Iran. He institutionalized the revolution in Iran. The fact that he, even in the face of extreme danger, resided in his usual place of living like any ordinary citizen of Iran and refused to leave it reflects his humble and people-centered character, his spirit of sacrifice, and his profound commitment to the people and land of Iran. The aerial attacks carried out by the United States and the Zionist regime is a clear breach of Article 2, Paragraph 4 of the United Nations Charter and are a clear example of armed aggression against the Islamic Republic of Iran. This act has no legal, moral, or rational justification and is a clear instance of aggressive action and the crime of aggression under international law. This aggression occurred at a time when the Islamic Republic of Iran was once again engaged in negotiations with the US to prove to everybody that it is not pursuing nuclear weapons. A military attack in the midst of diplomatic effort is a betrayal to dialogue and the foundations of peaceful dispute resolution. Iran, based on the religious fatwa of the very person who was assassinated, has not pursued nuclear weapons. Iran has had the highest level of cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency. Continuous inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities were ongoing until the military aggression in June 2025. The consequences of this aggression extend far beyond the political sphere. In the initial hours of the attacks by the child-killing regimes of the United States and Israel, civilian areas, including schools, were deliberately targeted. For example, in the city of Minab, you saw the pictures. In southern Iran, an all-girls elementary school was almost completely destroyed, resulting in the death of nearly 170 innocent children. This horrific crime against children shocks the conscience of humanity and is symbolic of a dangerous disregard for the fundamental principles of international humanitarian law. The killing of civilians, especially children, is not only a violation of international law, but also a grave breach of human ethical boundaries. From Gaza to Minab, innocent people are being killed in cold blood. In light of these aggressive actions, the Islamic Republic of Iran reaffirms its inherent and lawful right to self-defense under Article 51 of the United Nations Charter. The exercise is carried out within the framework of international law and for the protection of national security and sovereignty. The armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran, supported by the people, are fully prepared to defend the nation. I also need to say that we are not attacking our neighbors soils. We retaliate to USA military bases and the place of their hideouts. This is our inherent right. There are claims saying that Persian Gulf countries did not allow the USA to use their bases or airspace to attack Iran. It's not true. If that were the case, what were US fighter jets doing in Kuwait airspace? At the same time, we emphasize that Iran is not and has never been the initiator of war. Our principal policy is based on good neighborliness with regional stability. It must be mentioned that their claim that they carried out a military attack on Iran under the title of preemptive defense. The title is preemptive defense. Is not accepted by any civilized nation under any principles of international law, nor by any aware human being. Also, as US Secretary of State admitted, is that the USA has entered a war of choice on behalf of Israel. There was never any so-called Iranian threat to USA at all. The aggressive action by the United States and the Zionist regime is not merely an attack on Iran. It is an assault on the entire region. Silence or inaction in the face of such a blatant violation will lead the world toward domination by force and bullying. We expect the United Nations, the Security Council, and all member states to fulfill their serious responsibility in preserving international peace and security. Responding to this clear act of aggression is a historic test for the multilateral system. We call on members of the non-aligned movement, BRICS, and all states that feel responsible for global peace to firmly condemn this act and to take collective and effective measures to prevent it to happen again. In addition, we call on all freedom-loving people, especially South Africans and citizens of the world, to demonstrate their opposition in practical ways, whether by taking to the streets or by making their voices heard on social media. You, as the media, have a great responsibility. Iran has always supported the right of the Palestinian people and continues to do so. We have paid a high price for Palestinian cause. Our dear leader, military commanders, ordinary people, and our friends in Hezbollah, in Lebanon, as well as in Yemen and Iraq, have all made great sacrifices for this cause. Also, South African new generation must know more about the relationship of Iran and South Africa. The Islamic Republic of Iran has always stood alongside oppressed nations, as you saw in the clip. During the struggle of the South African people against the racist apartheid system, Iran, following the victory of its revolution, adopted a clear and principled stance in support of the struggle of the people of South Africa against the apartheid regime and severed all relations with apartheid South Africa. Dear sisters and brothers, dear friends, As members of the media, we expect you to show the truth to the people of South Africa. Western powers, through massive funding and influence over media outlets, have created a media hegemony. Break this hegemony and present the truth to the people. Iran is a country with a long and ancient history that has, throughout the centuries, stood firm and emerged victorious against every invasion. We are confident that we will succeed this time as well, and we will hold the perpetrators of this crime accountable. The Islamic Republic of Iran relies on the will of the people and will continue its path with national cohesion. The laws of a great leader will never undermine the will of the Iranian nation to defend its independence, dignity, and territorial integrity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, colleagues. And that was the concentration. Okay. And that was the statement of His Excellency. If there is any question, please let me see so I can hand you over the mic. Introduce yourself.
Good evening, His Excellency. My name is Tando Maiko, and I'm from the Business Day based in Johannesburg. My first question. Hello? My first question is Iran's relationship with South Africa, and particularly the governing party, the ANC, well, the co-governing party now. Just what is the relationship between Iran and the ANC? There have been reports that Iran is perhaps funding the ANC and funded the South African government's case at the ICJ against Israel, the genocide case there. Can you kindly confirm or deny that? And then my second question is with regards to the current war. Qatar says that it doesn't accept the Iranian foreign minister's explanation that during this time they only struck US bases. Can you clarify whether you only struck US bases or also Qatar itself? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me talk in Persian and my colleague will interpret in English. این شایعه‌ای که گفته میشه، بارها هم گفته شده که ایران ANC رو تأمین مالی کرده برای اینکه کیس نسل کشی اسرائیل رو در ICJ مطرح کنه، پایه و اساس نداره.
That rumor that is being circulated in media that Iran funded South Africa to take the case to ICJ against the Zionist regime is baseless.
این مسئله بارها توسط مقامات ANC گفته شده و تأکید شده که همچین چیزی صحت نداره.
This matter also has been told by ANC officials that it's baseless and it's fake.
ما خوشحال میشیم اگر کسی شواهدی در این موضوع داره عرضه کنه، بگه.
We will be happy if there is any evidence at hand to let us know.
اتهام زدن، تهمت زدن کاری نداره، خیلی ساده است. ما میتونیم همه رو متهم به هر کاری بکنیم، ولی مهم اینه که بتونیم مدرک محکمه پسند ارائه بکنیم که افراد افکار عمومی قانع بشن نسبت به این موضوع.
To do baseless allegation is so easy, but the most important thing is to bring about evidences for everyone to be actually know what is the truth.
این موضوعات برای مقاصد سیاسی توسط احزاب سیاسی داخل آفریقای جنوبی و اسرائیل و امریکا مطرح میشه و هدف سیاسی خاصی رو دنبال میکنه.
This accusation raised by some political parties in South Africa, Zionist regime and USA for some political reason and aims.
اینها میخوان اهمیت و ارزش کاری که انجام شده رو زیر سوال ببرن.
They want to actually decrease the worth of what South Africa did in ICJ against Zionist regime.
آفریقای جنوبی بر اساس آرمان‌هایی که داره از حق و حقیقت دفاع کرد. در مورد فلسطین هم چیز جدیدی نیست.
South Africa acts as it's following its causes, and it's not a new matter even in the matter of Palestine.
جمله معروف نلسون ماندلا رو همتون به خاطر دارید که پیروزی ما کامل نمیشه الا با آزادی فلسطین.
The famous phrase of Madiba which says our freedom will not be done or completely will done. Sorry if I'm not translating the same phrase. Without the freedom of people of Palestine.
ما حتی اطلاع نداشتیم که آفریقای جنوبی میخواد علیه رژیم آپارتاید اسرائیل کیس مطرح کنه در ICJ.
We didn't even aware that South Africa wanted to raise the case in ICJ against the apartheid regime of Israel.
کیسی که مطرح شده از سوی ANC مطرح نشده، از سوی دولت آفریقای جنوبی مطرح شده.
The case filed not but by ANC, it's filed by the government of South Africa.
البته ما حمایت میکنیم، قدردانی میکنیم و تشکر میکنیم از این اقدام شجاعانه‌ای که آفریقای جنوبی انجام داد.
Actually, we are grateful and thankful of South Africa and supported of that courageous act of South Africa.
سوال دوم شما در مورد اقدام ایران در حمله به پایگاه‌های آمریکا در کشورهای منطقه بوده.
Your second question is about attacking military bases of US in Qatar soil.
همونطوری که گفتم در استیتمنت خوندم این حق ماست که از جایی که علیه ما حمله میشه به اون حمله بکنیم.
As I read in the statement, it's our right to attack the same place that we received attack.
ما موظفیم از حقوق مردممون دفاع بکنیم.
Our duty is to defend our people's rights.
ما به پایگاه‌های آمریکا در منطقه ضربه زدیم و خواهیم زد.
We hit US military bases in region and we will do more.
چون از اون پایگاه‌ها علیه ما اقدامات اطلاعاتی، امنیتی و نظامی میشه.
Because from those bases and assets there were some intelligence, military acts against our country.
همونطوری که گفتم ما به حاکمیت ملی کشورهای همسایه، کشورهای دوست و برادرمون در خلیج فارس احترام میگذاریم.
As I mentioned earlier, we respect the sovereignty of our neighboring countries in Persian Gulf.
امروز وزیر خارجه ما با وزیر خارجه قطر تلفنی صحبت کردن.
Today, our Minister of Foreign Affairs talked to his counterpart telephonically.
ما توضیح دادیم براشون که اقدام ما بر اساس حق غیر قابل انتقال، غیر قابل انکار ما در دفاع از مردممون و دفاع مشروع هست.
We described them that our act is our inherent right and it's a legitimate act.
و علیه دولت و حاکمیت کشورهای همسایه به هیچ عنوان نیست.
And it's not against the government and nations of our neighboring countries at all. Okay, if there is any other question. So many questions are raised.
I'm Juliet Joseph from Newsroom Africa, and I wanted to ask you, you were talking about attacking the neighboring countries. One, are you not worried about the relationships, the relations thereafter, when this war is over, so to speak? Do you have a duration? Because US President Donald Trump indicated about 5 days or so as a prediction. Do you have on your side an indication? What would it take for this to stop? The other question I have is, we understand according to reports that leaders gathered at the assemblies of experts to kind of choose the leader to succeed the supreme leader. How true is that? And there was an attack on it as well. Was anybody injured? And would his son be succeeding him? Those are my questions for now. Thank you.
همونطوری که گفتم خدمتتون
As I mentioned earlier,
اقدام ما علیه کشورهای همسایه اقدام علیه حاکمیت ملی اونها نیست.
our act against military bases in our region is not against their sovereignty.
ما توضیح دادیم براشون که برای ما قابل قبول نیست از خاک اونها علیه کشور ما اقدامی بشه.
We described them that it's unacceptable to receive military attacks from their soil against our sovereignty.
البته ما پایگاه‌های آمریکا در کشورهای همسایه رو خاک امریکا تلقی می‌کنیم نه خاک کشورهای همسایه.
Of course, in our mind, the military bases of US in our neighboring countries are soil of USA, not our neighbors.
تا زمانی که امریکا از این پایگاه‌ها علیه ما استفاده می‌کنه اون پایگاه‌ها اهداف مشروعی برای ما هستند.
Those military bases will be our legitimate targets till they use it against us.
در مورد سوال دوم شما سازوکار انتخاب رهبر در قانون مشخص شده در قانون اساسی.
Regarding your second question, the procedure of choosing leader has been described in our constitution.
همونطور که گفتید مجلس خبرگان باید تشکیل بشه.
As you told, the councils of elite must gather.
و افرادی که قابلیت هدایت کشور رو دارن معرفی بشن و خبرگان رأی بدن.
And those persons who are capable to lead the country will be introduced and elites will choose one.
شایعات زیادی بود از مدت‌ها قبل که فرزند رهبر شهید انقلاب اسلامی قرار جانشین ایشون بشه.
There were so many rumors from past that the son of our late leader is going to be next leader.
فارغ از این که ایشون لیاقت و توانایی این کار رو داشته باشه یا نداشته باشه صرفاً به خاطری که پسر رهبر انقلابه میگفتن که قرار ایشون جانشین بشه و هیچ اشاره‌ای به لیاقت‌های فردی، توانایی‌ها و اون چیزایی که در قانون مشخص شده نمیشه.
Rumors told that he was one of the options just because he was the son of leader without surveying his background and know his knowledge and all the features that needed for leader in constitution.
هنوز کسی اطلاعی نداره از تصمیم خبرگان چون قرار بود جمع بشن ولی با حمله اسرائیل به ساختمان انجام نشد جلسه.
No one knows up to now what is the decision because they were about to gather but by the attack of US and Israel that meeting has been cancelled.
ولی ترتیبات قانونی پیش بینی شده، شورای رهبری تشکیل شده مرکب از رئیس جمهور، رئیس قوه قضاییه و یک نفر از فقهای شورای نگهبان.
But our procedure in constitution is clear. We have a council of leadership consisting president, head of judiciary and one of the elites of guardian council.
به نظرم به زودی رهبر تعیین میشه و ما اعتماد داریم به قانونمون، به مقاماتمون و مطمئنیم بهترین تصمیم رو میگیرن.
In my idea, leader will be chosen soon, and I believe that our officials will do their best to choose the best leader. Next question.
I am Bonoro Maribe from SABC News. My question is, in regards to South Africans and other foreign nationals currently stranded in Iran and neighboring countries, has there been any progress in taking measures to ensure their safety?
همونطوری که خدمت شما گفتم اهداف ما پایگاه‌های امریکاست، نه مناطق مسکونی.
As I told you earlier, our target is military bases of US, not the civilian places.
امیدواریم که دولت آفریقای جنوبی هرچه سریعتر اتباع خودشو که در منطقه هستن بتونه تخلیه بکنه.
We hope that South African government can, as fast as possible, evacuate its citizens from that region.
میدونیم که دیرکو در این زمینه اقداماتی انجام داده و اگر کمکی از دستمون بر بیاد آماده ایم که به اونها کمک کنیم.
We know that DIRCO is busy helping the citizens and we are ready to help them if any needed.
ولی میخوام به شما بگم که ما شروع کننده عملیات نظامی نبودیم. ما خودمون مورد حمله واقع شدیم.
But I must tell you that we did not start the war. Some others attacked us. Any other question? Oh, thank God.
نمیشه خانم فوریه رو نمیشه جواب داد.
Good evening. My name is Julian Furi. I'm a columnist for independent media. Your Excellency, please receive our sincere condolences for your loss, and also for the loss of the Supreme Leader. You had indicated that more than 1,000 civilians have been killed. Can you please indicate to us whether other civilian infrastructure was attacked by the US and Israel beyond the elementary school?
بله، من تایید میکنم که مناطق مسکونی توسط اسرائیل و آمریکا مورد هدف واقع شده.
Yes, I confirm that not military places, actually civic places has been attacked by US and Israel.
مهمترین و بهترین نمونه مدرسه دخترانه میناب هست که توسط آمریکا و اسرائیل مورد هدف
The
قرار
most eminent example is the Minab school that you all are aware of it.
چندین بیمارستان تخریب شده.
Some hospitals has been hit.
چندین مرکز امدادرسانی تخریب شده.
Some places for helping stranded also has been hit.
ساختمان هلال احمر ما مورد هجوم واقع شده، مورد حمله واقع شده.
The building of, let's say, Red Crescent has been attacked.
خونه های مردم مورد حمله واقع شده.
House of people has been under attack.
شما میتونید ملاحظه بکنید با اینکه دولت از مردم خواسته حتی الامکان از مناطق نظامی فاصله بگیرن و به مناطق امن برن، ولی کماکان تعداد زیادی از مردم به وسیله حمله اسرائیل و آمریکا به شهادت رسیدن.
You can see as dying.
Good evening. My name is Eric Naki from Citizen Newspaper. I would like to know whether Iran's allies that are known internationally are going perhaps to intervene to assist to defend Iran in case the conflict escalates. I'm talking here about China, Russia, maybe even North Korea. Are they also at some point going to come forward and intervene to help you defend your country?
دوستان ما مواضع خودشون رو اعلام کردن در این جنگ.
Our friends declared their stand about the war.
روسیه، چین و سایر کشورهای دوست و شریک ما محکوم کردن حملات آمریکا رو به ایران، حملات آمریکا و اسرائیل رو به ایران.
Russia, China and other partners and friends condemned the military attacks of U.S. and Israel.
همچنین در جلسه شورای امنیت که بلافاصله بعد از حمله انجام شد، تشکیل شد، مواضع خودشون رو اعلام کردن در محکومیت این حمله.
And actually in the Security Council of UN, they also told everyone about their stance on the war.
از نظر سیاسی از ما حمایت میکنن.
They politically supporting us.
ما تا کنون کمک نظامی از کشوری درخواست نکردیم.
Up to now, we have not asked for military help from any country.
چون فکر میکنیم خودمون میتونیم از مردممون دفاع بکنیم.
Because we believe that we ourselves can support our people, or defend our people.
ما فکر میکنیم این وظیفه جامعه جهانی و همه کشورها است که در مقابل این حمله مخالفت کنن.
We believe that it's a duty of all the international bodies and all the countries to show their opposition to that act.
امریکا فکر میکنه ما در قرن 18 هستیم که اگر قدرت داشت به بقیه زور بگه.
US think that it's 18th century that if a country is powerful can bully others.
ما بارها اعلام کردیم که زیر بار زور نمی رویم مگر کشته شویم.
We reiterated that we will not accept oppression or else we will die.
توضیح داده شد، هم رهبر ما توضیح داد، هم 1400 سال پیش امام حسین این راه رو برای ما مشخص کرد.
Our leader described that, and also 1400 years ago Imam Hussein showed that way to us.
چطور میشه که جهان شاهد زورگویی هیئت حاکمه پدوفیل علیه کشورهاست؟
How is that world is watching that pedophile governing council on the world?
شاید یکی از عللی که میخوان سرپوش بذارن بر این فاجعه‌ای که اتفاق افتاده در امریکا حمله به ایران بوده.
Maybe one of the reasons that they want to hide that thing that about Epstein happened is just to attack Iran to cover it.
باید برای جامعه بین المللی توضیح بدن، برای مردم توضیح بدن چه گذشته و چه نقشی داشتن در این پرونده.
They need to describe to international society what has happened in that file and what's the situation.
Any other question? I'm ready to answer all your questions until morning.
Thank you so much. Sorry, and I appreciate you indulging me. My name is Pagamile Majola. I am a commentator. I just wanted to find out from you if you can please comment on the report by Reuters, which was published on the 2nd of March by Phil Stewart, that the Pentagon confirmed that there was no intelligence at all that Iran ever planned a preemptive attack on the United States. And how does that make you feel now, having endured, I don't know how many days of senseless violence and bombardment on the basis that Iran was apparently planning an attack, and now the US intelligence itself confirming that there was never an attack and there was no evidence of any imminent attack? How does that make you feel? This also would not be the first time that we have been lied to, if you think about the weapons of mass destruction story that we were told about Iraq and how that lie was used to invade Iraq. Do you feel that this is what's happening now? And my second question would be...
You answer your question.
Sorry, just my last question would be, what is your comment as the embassy that the US chose the holy month of Ramadan to attack? What do you think their ultimate goal is? Thank you.
همونطوری که شما خودتون اشاره کردید امریکایی‌ها به دروغگویی عادت دارن.
As you mentioned, U.S. are accustomed to lying.
قبل از حمله به عراق کولین پاول وزیر خارجه آمریکا در جلسه شورای امنیت نواری رو گذاشت مبنی بر اینکه عراق سلاح کشتار جمعی داره.
Just before attacking Iraq, Colin Powell in Security Council just showed everyone a file that says Iraq has the mass destruction weapons.
با این دروغ توانستن جامعه بین المللی رو با خودشون همراه بکنن و به عراق حمله بکنن و آن فجایع رو به بار بیارن.
With that lie, they could drag all the international community to the war with Iraq and cause so many destroys.
شما میدونید بعد از 20 سال هنوز عراق خیلی از جاهاش برق نداره.
You know, after so many years in Iraq, some places even doesn't have electricity yet.
بعد 20 سال که شما گفتید خودشون میدونن ایران هیچ تهدید آنی برای ایالات متحده نبوده و نیست.
As you mentioned, they know that Iran is not imminent threat for US and will not be.
تمام نقشه های اسرائیل که توسط ایالات متحده به ایالات متحده دیکته میشه و توسط ایالات متحده اجرا میشه.
It's all the Israeli plots that has been raised by them and dictated to USA.
خوب آقای ترامپ توضیح بده که اسرائیل چه سندی ازش داره که هر حرفی اسرائیل میزنه گوش میکنه و انجام میده.
Mr. Trump needs to tell everyone what document Israel does have from him that whatever Israel says he listens to it.
در مورد سوال دومتون سوالش چی بود؟ بله. واقعا نمیدونم چرا ماه رمضان رو انتخاب کردن برای این حمله، چون از دید ما ماه رمضان ماه رحمت، ماه مهربانی، ماه کمک به هم نوع هست.
Actually, I don't know why they chose Ramadan to attack us because Ramadan is the month of mercy, helping other and being kind to each other.
شاید خواستن ثابت کنن که انسان نیستند.
Maybe they wanted to assert that they are not human.
چون اگر انسان باشن حداقل حرمت ماه رمضان رو نگه می‌داشتن.
If they were human, they were observed respect for months of Ramadan.
نه در ماه رمضان بچه‌های بیگناه رو به شهادت برسونن.
Not to kill innocent kids in the same month.
Yes.
Excellency, my name is Barry Gilder, former Ambassador of South Africa to Syria.
You're our colleague.
I have maybe a bit of a not self-interest, question from my own background in the region. Do you see Syria under the Jolani regime having any role in this conflict at all?
ما شاهد مشخصی نداریم که حکومت جولانی به امریکا و اسرائیل کمک میکنه در این زمینه.
We do not have any evidence that Jordani's government is helping Israeli and US regime against us.
نه میتونیم ثابت کنیم نه رد میکنیم.
We nor deny nor we can confirm.
موضع خاصی هم ازشون من ندیدم یا لااقل نبوده یا من ندیدم که حمله آمریکا و اسرائیل رو به ایران محکوم کنن یا تایید بکنن.
I haven't seen any statement or stance from them or maybe they did not publish anything.
البته همه میدونن که ما رابطه خوبی با حکومت بشار اسد داشتیم.
Of course, everyone knows that our relationship with Bashar Assad's government was good,
و همه بک‌گراند آقای جولانی رو هم میدونن.
and all of us know the background of Mr. Jolan,
لازم نیست من توضیح بدم.
and there is no need to describe it.
اما ما به حاکمیت کشورها احترام میذاریم، حتی معتقدیم که دو کشور میتونن روابط خوبی داشته باشن.
But we respect other countries' sovereignty, and we believe that two countries can have good relationships.
Better than now.
Better than Please.
Good evening, Ambassador. My name is Roland. This is a Youth Central TV. How does Iran see the importance of South Africa's support, especially during this time? And what areas of collaboration between South Africa and Iran do you think could promote peace and stability in the Middle East? And lastly, do you see Iran considering peace talks with the US?
Good question. Thank you. همونطور که گفتم همه کشورها مسئولیت دارن برای صلح تلاش بکنن.
As I told, all of the countries has a responsibility to try for peace.
به هر حال ما از بعضی از کشورها انتظار بیشتری داریم.
Of course, we expect more of some countries.
Special expectation. ما با آفریقای جنوبی مواضع مشترک زیادی داریم.
We have so many similar points with South Africa, international
ما
matters.
عضو سازمان ملل هستیم با هم، عضو نان الاین موومنت هستیم، عضو بریکس هستیم، عضو جنوب جهانی هستیم. ارتباطات خیلی خوبی با هم داریم.
We are a member of UN, BRICS, also, what was the next one?
NAM,
the
BRICS,
Southern World and NAM,
South.
and we have a good relation with each other.
البته ما ملاحظات دوستان خودمون رو درک میکنیم.
Actually, we understand the considerations of our friends.
اما انتظار داریم همه کشورها برای صلح تلاش بکنن.
But we expect all the countries to try to reach peace.
به متجاوز فشار بیارن.
To make pressure on the oppressor.
تا حملات خودش رو متوقف کنن.
To stop its attack.
من همونطوری که گفتم ما شروع کننده جنگ نبودیم.
As I mentioned earlier, we did not start the war.
ما در حین مذاکره به ما خیانت شد دوباره.
In the middle of war, we have been betrayed again in the middle of negotiation and diplomacy.
اگر چنانچه کشوری ابتکاری داشته باشه ما مورد توجه قرار میدیم.
If any country has any initiation, we will consider it.
Finished?
Thank God.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, colleagues.
Once more, thank you very much. And I hope, I wish you all the best. And I'm sure that you are our son. And you tell the truth to the public opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, colleague. Now I declare the end of our press conference or press briefing. Please, I think all of you have my phone number. Please save it in your WhatsApp because I'm sending via broadcast the statement so you can receive it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.